everyone. Welcome to another series of our bariatric cooking classes. Today we'll be making bruschetta chicken. This recipe I got because I was inspired by the really delicious chicken that we had at the patient celebration. I can't guarantee it's going to quite taste like Chef Scott's chicken, but I'm going to do my best. So let me tell you about the ingredients I have in hand so that we can go ahead and get started. I have here one big chicken breast that I sliced in half and patted it dry. Salt and pepper that we're going to use to season throughout the recipe. 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. This doesn't have any salt in it, just the herbs. You can do more if you would like, more concentrated Italian seasoning. That's to taste, of course. 1/2 cup of reduced fat shredded cheese. This is a 4-cheese Italian blend. It has Asiago, provolone, mozzarella, and Romano cheese. I have a tablespoon of olive oil and some extra olive oil that we're going to use to drizzle. I have actually my own homegrown Roma tomatoes, so I'm super excited to use them in this recipe. Since they're so tiny, I'm using 3, but if you have larger Roma tomatoes, 1 or 2 would be enough for this recipe. And 3 lemon wedges, 2 that we're going to use for the recipe, and the last one is going to be for a garnish. I also have some fresh basil. I have about 1/2 ounce, and some nonstick spray. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our chicken ready. I've got the sheet pan here. Oh, and I've preheated the oven to 425 degrees. And I also moved the rack to the highest section I was able to. I'm going to put some nonstick spray here. Season with salt and pepper. Also in the other side, same thing. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for now. Now I'm going to do a topping that we're going to put on the chicken before placing the chicken in the oven. So I have a bowl, the 1 tablespoon of olive oil, the reduced fat cheese, and the Italian seasoning. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. And then divide it evenly between the 2 pieces of chicken. And for this, I'm going to use my hands, even though I'm going to get dirty with the oil, but that's the only way I can really get this evenly distributed. Pat it down a little bit so it stays. All right, so that chicken is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to rinse my hands real quick and put that inside the oven. I'm going to place this in the oven. And we're going to leave it in there for about 12 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer on. Now we're going to work on the bruschetta topping, which is essentially the diced tomatoes and the basil. I'll show you how to do that. That's really easy. I'm gonna finely dice the tomatoes. Now I'm going to slice the basil. Like I said, I have about half an ounce of basil leaves that I just piled one on top of the other. And then I'm just going to roll them up. It's just a way to slice them a little bit easier. You don't have to get fancy or anything. You just want to give them a good thin slice. All right, let's get those in there. Get the ones that are stuck in my fingers. Okay, and now I'm going to use 2 of the lemon wedges, taking out the seeds. There's nothing worse than biting on a seed of a lemon or a lime. Oh my gosh, I hate it. So I use my hands as a way to make sure that I don't get any seeds in there. So that's 1 wedge. Two. And then I'm gonna season it lightly with salt and pepper. Give it a taste, and then you can decide if you want to put, oh, and sorry, I almost forgot, a drizzle of olive oil. Let me give it a taste. I love tomatoes, but I'm gonna do a little bit more pepper because I can barely taste it. Very good. The chicken has been cooking for 12 minutes, so I'm gonna remove it from the oven and check it real quick. One way to know if your chicken is ready or not is to pick the thickest part of your chicken breast and do a quick slit just to see how it looks inside. You don't have to ruin the chicken or anything, but like this is the thickest part of this chicken breast, so I'll do a quick slit, and if I see any pinkish inside, then I may leave it for a couple more minutes. And as you can see, it's pretty white inside, so I think this chicken is ready. So I'm gonna put the oven on broil on a low heat, and I'm just gonna let that cheese brown a little bit, and then it should be ready to go. And of course, this makes multiple servings. So you would just cut the serving size that would be good for you. All right, so then let's just cut off a piece. And then you can put the bruschetta mixture on top. And that's it. This chicken would go really well with some zucchini noodles, a side of roasted asparagus, butternut squash noodles. I mean, I think you can get very creative with the sides with this one, or like cauliflower mash or cauliflower rice. So the options are endless. I hope that you enjoy it very much. I'll see you next time.